Wow. Jill, you've got a really, really nice place here. I think it actually might be even better than the place your brother and I have. And I just can't allow that to be the case. So what do you say? Do you want to give up your apartment to us?
Wait, what? What are you talking about, Ashley? Are you and my brother at my apartment right now or something like that? I wish you would have told me beforehand that you were going to visit. I would have tried to clean up around there. I hope it isn't too much of a mess or anything like that. But what are you doing there anyways?
Oh, don't worry about that. We just felt like popping by the place while you were away, so it's all good. Although I will say that we're already making ourselves at home right now. We're helping ourselves to the beer and wine that you had in the kitchen right now, actually. And now we're sitting on the couch in your living room, splitting what looked like a very expensive bar of chocolate.
Hold on just a second. Are you two really eating that? That was a gift from a client of mine after we had a meeting. I was saving it for a special occasion to eat. Did you really just eat the whole thing without even asking me if it was okay to do first?
You really are such a cheapskate, do you know that? You really need to learn how to share. Besides, are you really going to miss one measly little chocolate bar when you live in a nice place like this?
That really isn't the problem that I'm having right now, Ashley. My problem right now is that there are 2 uninvited people in my house right now, and I can't do anything about it right now. Besides, I really was saving that chocolate. You had no right to eat it.
Well, it's not like you're at home or at work right now, are you? I already know for a fact that you're on maternity leave. My brother told me all about how you keep going out despite taking time off work so that you could rest and get ready to have your baby.
Oh, really? Is that how Matt described what I was doing to you? We've talked about this before, but he just refused to listen to what I have to say. I'm not just taking maternity leave early so that I can have some kind of vacation or anything like that. Matt just likes to think that's what I'm doing so that he can put me down for having a little fun. But he really needs to watch the way that he talks about me.
Well, it sounds like you're putting my brother through quite a bit with your crappy attitude and selfishness.
It really isn't anything like that. Maybe you should just let me speak for myself and not take your brother's reading of my business. In fact, isn't Matt actually at the apartment as well? Is he the one who let you in? He didn't even mention to me at all that you were going to be coming over. I guess that's why he waited for me to be out of the house.
Well, no duh. It isn't like I was ever going to come over here to try and catch up with you at all. I'm only here to move into my new room is all. I just wanted to get a little sneak peek before I actually started bringing my things over.
I see. I think that there might be some kind of misunderstanding between us right now.
Oh, really? I think I feel pretty informed. You've already gone back to your hometown to give birth, right? Because you wanted to run away and go be with your parents so badly. Isn't that right?
I mean, I wanted to be with them when I have my child, yes. After all, it will be nice to have 2 people around me who can look after me afterwards. I thought about staying in town to have the kid, but Matt is pretty unreliable, and so I just thought I'd visit home for a while.
And just why didn't you go to my parents' place to have your kid instead? Is something wrong with them?
No, of course there's nothing wrong with your parents. It's just that I didn't want to burden them with looking after me.
Whatever. Why didn't you just admit that you're homesick and that's it? Of course, I think we both know that would basically be an admission that you're not ready to be a mother. Especially now that you're claiming to try and avoid the father as desperately as you're doing. Maybe you two should just read the writing on the wall and get a divorce. Don't you think?
Excuse me, but I hardly see how being homesick has anything to do at all with the kind of mother that I would be. I mean, you do realize that I manage a company for a living, right? I'm more than capable of handling anything. That's why I got chocolate from a client in the first place, and why do I even bother with you?
Well, then how do you explain all the time that you spend holed up in that room of yours? I mean, is that what you're calling running a company? It sounds to me like you're just a spoiled little brat who can't take a little bit of fair criticism. In fact, I bet that you actually get all your money from your parents and family.
I'm not gonna lie to you and pretend like I don't have a lot of relatives who managed businesses. But I haven't had my path decided by them, and they haven't handed me my business on a silver platter or anything. The only thing that I got from my family in terms of building up my business was what they taught me about running one.
Yeah. I bet you're just in your room playing video games all day. But, you know, more than anyone else, I just feel bad for my poor older brother. Especially when he shows me photos of you two going out together. It's really obvious that you've put on a lot of weight. I had no idea someone could even get that fat.
I'll have you know that is because I am literally pregnant right now. You have no idea how easy it is to get emotional or feel uneasy when you're like this. But why would you even say something like that to me anyways? Don't you realize how cruel that is to say?
Well, it's not my fault if you can't put down the sweets for your own good. Maybe it's a good thing we came over and had your chocolate anyways. A baby doesn't need to be eating all that junk food just because its mother can't help herself. So not only do your parents spoil you with whatever you want, you also just give in to all your impulses, don't you?
Ashley, I understand that there are a lot of people out there who put a lot of stock into what their body looks like, right? But I've put my own thoughts into this, and I really don't think that following some kind of strict diet is good for the baby either. Besides, I eat a balanced diet and make sure that I get up and get some exercise for the sake of the baby.
And to look at where that's gotten you. But since we're almost subject, you should know that, I'm pregnant as well. I was waiting to get out of my first trimester to make the big announcement.
Wait, what? You are? You're really pregnant? Well, that's amazing! Oh, congrats on that!
That's right. So, you better buy some really great gifts when I have my baby shower. Got it?
Oh, were you having a baby shower? I hadn't heard of that. Just what kind of gift are you expecting?
Well, normally it would be supplies for the baby, but you're a special case. After all, you probably have a ton of money lying around from your family. So, obviously what I want you to give me is a big fat check. Got it?
I see. Well, in that case, I think I'll have to think about this.
Hey there, Jill. I just wanted to let you know that I was going to go out with the boys again tonight. You gotta worry about the kid and all though, so feel free to just go ahead and fall asleep without me.
Hold on a second, Matt. You're going to go out drinking again? Don't you think that you've been stepping out to do that just a little too much lately? I mean, I feel like all you do on your time off is hang out with people from the office or your friends. Are you feeling okay? Is everything okay?
Now you listen here, Jill. This really has nothing to do with you or us, okay? But I work hard for this family, and I should be allowed to take a break now and then when I want to. Are you really telling me that you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that or anything. It's just that I feel like you've changed recently. I don't know. I just feel like you complain a lot more often, and no matter what I say, you always have a mean comment to reply to me with.
Well, that's because I have a lot going on, and I just need some space to think, okay? Is that really the worst thing in the world?
Matt, if that's all that's going on, then of course you can have space. I just don't get what's making you so upset like this.
Maybe what's making me so upset is that every day I have to get up for work and then drive myself down to the bone. Meanwhile, you're on your special leave and just get to sit around doing nothing and having no worries. Thanks to you, I'm having to work twice as hard now.
Matt, I really have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't think that you do either. I may not be working, but I am very pregnant, and I am taking care of myself around the clock right now. I have times when I'm in real pain and discomfort, and I can't just wash it away with liquor like you can. All I was doing was going home sore and in pain to you, who was always ready to put me down. And instead of being able to rest, you would just hound me about what I was making for dinner or some mess that you didn't clean up yourself.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess that makes you the queen of the world, doesn't it? Women like you really need to learn their place. Especially when they are as old as you. You should consider yourself lucky that I even wanted to touch you. Women like you aren't worth a thing in this world. You should just be lucky that you even ended up with a guy like me in the first place.
Excuse me? I have to learn my place? I don't have any value? That's rich coming from a bum like you. All you do is order me around just because you went to work. But I'm not a tool, a maid, or your mother. I am your wife, and you owe me respect.
Okay, I am seriously starting to get fed up with the uppity attitude of yours. You really must think that you're untouchable all because you're pregnant.
Well, the whole reason it took me this long to get pregnant in the first place was because of the stress that you were putting me under. The doctor said that we were lucky to have this one stick. Don't you realize the risk you're running by talking to me like this?
Well, I wouldn't want to get like this if you would just shut up and do what I tell you to. I don't need the back talk. Especially not for some fat old cow who is doing nothing but lounging around her parents' house getting spoiled.
I'll have you know that I took my computer with me over here and have been doing work. And you do realize that the work for both of us is only going to increase after I have this kid, right?
And just what is that supposed to mean? Who do you think you are to try and tell me what I will and won't have to do after you have your kid?
Who do I think I am? I think that I am your wife. But whatever, you don't care. Just go and drink with your friends like you always do.
I really just can't believe you. I seriously have no idea how I ended up with such an awful wife.
Oh, please. You're the one who invited over your sister without even telling me. And then you let her drink our drinks and eat our food like my special chocolate that I was gifted from a client. When are you going to start taking responsibility for all the things that happen under your watch? Huh?
Oh, just shut up already. Who cares about some stupid piece of chocolate? What am I supposed to do when we have guests? Just not offer them a drink and something to eat?
I don't care at all if you do that, but why do you have to offer them my goods when you do so? Besides, even when I was at home, I would be working in my room while you invited friends or family over all the time. If you want to have people over, that's fine, but then you take care of serving them food that's not mine.
Well, you should be the one serving our guests anyways. You're the woman and that's your job. Do you not realize that yet?
Okay then, if that's true, then what is the man supposed to do, huh? Just order people around to feel good about himself? You don't even make as much money as I do, and yet you think you can talk to me like this. You're accusing me of being spoiled, but you're the real spoiled brat here.
Enough! I've had just about enough from you. Don't even bother coming back home here, okay? You can do whatever you want, since you know what's best for everyone in the whole frickin' world, apparently.
Well, fine then. Maybe I will do what I want.
Hey there, Jill. You must be getting quite close to having your kid by now, right? Well, I have some big news that I just have to share with you.
What is it, Ashley? What do you want? To be honest, I'm really not in the mood for talking, so could we please just make this quick?
You really are just no fun sometimes, do you know that? But if you really want me to cut to the chase, then I guess I will. The thing is, that my husband and I finally found a place to live while I wait to have my kid, too. Matt told me that we could just use your place to stay if we wanted to.
Oh, really? Did your brother really say that you could just live in our apartment now?
That's right. And of course we said that sounded like a good idea. Especially after he explained that you were never going to be coming back. But I have to say that I haven't seen my brother this happy or healthy in years. It's clear that even just having you around was a real drain on poor Matt's constitution.
I see. But you're telling me that it was fine if you and your husband moved into our place?
That's right. I knew that he would have our back in this. But it really is just too bad for you now that you don't even have a home to come back to.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. I won't be going back there, so you can do whatever you'd like with the house.
Wait, really? Are you serious? Oh, wow, that's amazing. Hey, Jill. What the heck is going on here? I don't understand what this is all about. Someone put a letter in the mail slot of the apartment, and when I opened it, it was an eviction notice.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right to me. After all, I had my name on the lease for the place, and I canceled it yesterday. So it makes sense that you're being evicted from the room I'm no longer paying for.
But... wait, I don't understand. I thought that my brother owned this place. What do you mean it was your name on the lease?
I mean that I was the one that put the money down for the place. I'm the one that pays rent, so it's my name on the lease. And now that no one owns that room anymore, it sounds like you all need to move out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to spend some time with my newborn baby. I really just can't be wasting my energy explaining these very basic concepts to you. So anyways, if I were you all, I would start looking for a new place to live.
But wait, I don't understand. Did you really own this place? Are you telling me that my brother has no real claim to this apartment at all?
Yeah, pretty much. But if you don't believe me, that's fine. You'll still be made to move out in the end.
This can't be happening. This doesn't make any sense at all. I don't understand what's going on right now.
It really is quite simple. The fact of the matter is that your brother couldn't even afford a place like that. I chose that apartment because I liked it and because I had the money to get it.
But Matt told me that you're just a shut-in. He told me that you hardly even leave the room. How do you have that much money?
Ashley, you and I have been over this multiple times, remember? I'm not a shut-in or anything like that at all. I literally own and manage a company.
I didn't know that was real. I thought that was just a lie you were telling people.
Again, you don't have to believe anything that you don't want to, but whether or not you listen to me isn't going to change the fact that I'm telling you the truth.
I mean, I believe it, but I can't believe it, you know? But, okay. If you're telling the truth, then please can you do something about this apartment? This place is amazing and we don't want to leave.
Okay then, if you like the room so much, why don't you pay the rent for it? You should know that it's not cheap, though.
Exactly, and we don't have the kind of money to afford a place like this. We thought that we were going to be able to live here because you said we could. Oh, please. We can't lose the house. We don't have anywhere else to go. We already cancelled the lease on our last place, too.
I see. But that really isn't any of my business at all, so I don't really think that I care to help either of you out. Good luck with the house hunting, though. It sounds to me like you're really going to need it after all of this.
Please, Jill. I'm sorry if I was mean to you before, but we really need you right now. You can even come back home if you want. We can all live here together. There's more than enough room. My husband and I will share a bedroom.
Yeah, that just sounds all around unpleasant for me. I mean, why would I spend my hard-earned money on making sure that you and your husband and your lost brother can all have a roof over your heads? It just really doesn't seem fair to me at all, don't you think?
But we can all make up and be friends. Oh, I swear. Please, you don't have to do this. I mean, you know that I'm pregnant, right? You aren't going to throw me out in a state like this, are you? Do you really think it's fair to keep an expecting mother out of the only home she has for her baby?
I'm sorry, but I've already acted and nothing is going to undo what I've done. You were the one who thought that your idiot brother actually had any say in any matters to do with the house. And now you're begging me to support you in your idiotic mistake after all the horrible things that you've said to me?
But where are we supposed to go? What are we supposed to do to provide for ourselves? Oh, please, you're the only person that we can turn to for help.
Again, that really isn't my problem at all. You got yourself into this mess, now it's up to you to get yourself out. Maybe you should try asking your brother for a little help with all of this? I just hope you finally realize that I was the one making all the money between the two of us.
Well, I can see that now. I really had no idea that you were so wealthy, though. It's obvious that Matt was just trying to use your wealth to brag about himself.
Oh, I would say he did all that and much more. I mean, did you know that I was basically paying for every little thing of his?
What do you mean by that?
You really aren't well informed at all, are you? I'm sure you know that Matt has a job, but did you know that it's only part-time? Everything that he can't afford to cover with his salary, I pay for. In fact, I really don't know how that brother of yours is going to carry on without my money to live off of.
Please, I really had no idea at all about any of this. You can't treat me like this just because I didn't know.
That's where you're wrong. There's a difference between not knowing and not bothering to find out. You just chose to believe whatever your brother said because it fit your worldview and it gave you an excuse to always look down on me. I only hope that you realize just how wrong you all were. Anyways, I have to get back to taking care of my baby now. Good luck with whatever you all end up doing. After that, I sent Matt divorce papers that I had already signed. I demanded that he sign his portion and send them off, or else I'd take legal action. He started blowing up my phone with angry messages and texts, but I just told him that anything he said was being along to my lawyer. Well, his tune changed quickly after that, especially when he realized I was going to be suing him for all the financial support, since it was given on the premise that he would look